Alright, so just to go through this quizzes we did yesterday, show you a little bit of this reflection stuff, make sure we all know what we're talking about. It says what axis, let me turn this down, what axis is the triangle being reflected over? Alright, so this triangle is going from here to here. It's being reflected over the y-axis. Okay, this is the y-axis up and down, x is the one that goes left to right. So that answer would be y-axis. I didn't know there was memes on here, so that's kind of crappy. Reflect point C over the y-axis. So this is point C. You're going to reflect it over the y-axis. Now you can count boxes because you got the picture. So it's 1, 2, 3 boxes back to the y-axis. So that means 3 more. Alright, and that's going to put it at -3, +2. But then if you look at the relation to the numbers, it was 3, 2, then it went from went to -3, 2. If you reflect over the y-axis, your point, the only thing you do is change the sign of the x value. So in this case, it went from +3 to -3. What axis is the image reflected over? Okay, again, it tells you flat out you're reflecting over an axis. It's going from up here to down here. So it's going over the x-axis. This one says, which answer shows a reflection across the y-axis? You got to think a little bit more about this, but not too bad. It says the y-axis, so the y-axis is going to go up and down, right? There's only one of these that's going to reflect over the y-axis. This one reflects over the x-axis. These two are actually forms of rotation, looks like. But as far as reflecting over axis, this one reflects over the x-axis, this one reflects over the y-axis. So the answer would be D. It's kind of small as C, but it's your fourth option, so you should be able to tell it's D. A power up. Yay. Okay. So let's see. Let's go through just a couple more. What is the mirror line for this reflection? It even shows you the line right here. You're going to reflect over that line. It wants to know what that line is. Now, your options are y equals -x, x equals -3, y equals x, and y equals 4. So let's talk about all these. Y equals -x would be the line that goes from here straight down. Basically, it's going to have the same numbers for y and x, but their signs are going to be different. So you have -1, +1, or you'd have +1, -1. Doesn't matter. -2, +2. So all the values are the same, it's just they've got different signs in the x and the y. The x equals -3 line, that's just the line where x equals -3. So you go back to -3. This entire line, straight up and down, vertical, is the x equals 3 line, or x equals -3 line, I should say. Then we have the y equals x line. That is the line that we're given here. That is the answer. For every y value, the x value is the same. So you have -2, -2, -1, -1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. They equal each other. That's what y equals x means. And then you have the y equals 4 line. The y equals 4 line would be right here. It's where y equals 4. So it's a horizontal line exactly where y equals 4. So I'm going to go ahead and just select the answer. It should be y equals x. And then we're good to go. And that guy's getting kicked by the wrong answer. But it was the right answer. I don't know why they gave us that one. Here's another one. This will probably be the last one just because pretty well we went over it now. Which answer shows a reflection over or across the x-axis? This would be the one that goes across the x-axis. Remember, x goes left to right. Across the x-axis, flips straight up and down. Okay, that's the y-axis. Again, these two are rotations. So I think that says C. We'll say C. But that's all there is to it. If you have any questions, hop on Google Meet and I'll answer them. We'll talk about